Hi everybody, Alec Barry, your resident road safety expert from Mobility Engineering, back again for another Q&A. Thank you very much for sending in your questions. We love those questions, keep them coming in. And as I always say, thanks to my trusty subscribe pillow, hit the button that looks a bit like that down there somewhere. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. And when we get to 1,000, we'll get rid of the pillow and get something else going on. So help us get rid of the pillow. Alright, now on to today's question. Whoa, I almost hit the light with that throw, but that's all good. On to today's question. So today's question is around, do I need transport in my NDIS package? We get a lot of issues around this a fair bit. So I wanted to cover this with a little bit of research that's been done around the NDIS. So as we've talked a lot about, NDIS is definitely the buzzword of the moment, and it's rolling out all around the country, and a lot of people are taking benefit from it. And there's a lot of ups and downs, and people not knowing what they need to do and having funding issues, which is all sort of normal as part of a new scheme. Now, one of the things which we've been identifying and finding issues with is transport has become a little bit of the forgotten, lost sort of item. Now, what I mean by that is we're often very focused on understanding what goes on in the home and what goes on with the wheelchair and all other bits like that, and then we tend to forget what happens with the transport. And the research that we've done and some recent training that we did, the research shows that 65% of people's packages are on average 65% underfunded. So the stuff is not being included correctly, and people are missing out on up to 65% of their funding on average. And one key common area that people are not including is transport. And we see that at the coalface, because what happens is people come to realize that they need some kind of transport option, either a vehicle modification or some kind of taxi service or something, and they haven't included it into their plan, and then they can't get it reviewed for another 12 months. So then they miss out on transport and vital access to various community sort of functions and engagement options and things like that. And I guess on that point, I wanted to, give a little bit of context around the NDIS, because we work very closely with the government, and they sort of explain a little bit around what is this NDIS all about. And basically, it's all about accessing the community and engaging with the community to be able to lift the person's standard of living up, and then collectively work together to also lift the community standard up. So the more people that are engaged within your community, disabled or not disabled, the better off your community does. And that's the whole idea with the NDIS, is to allow these participants to have better engagement and better access to the community. And so what is the first step for that? Is transport. We need to transport ourselves from our homes to various locations within our community to access them and engage with them. So always keep transport at the top of mind, and always make sure it's included in your plans. And yeah, let's get the most out of the funding packages we can. So hopefully that helps with whether or not we need transport. 99% of the time we actually probably do, but more than 60% of the time it's forgotten. So yeah, always include it in there. Thanks very much for your question. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in, and hit that subscribe button down there, and we'll see you next time.